Well, good Sunday morning to everybody. Going to had to take my daughter to work this morning, so I just dropped her off, and I'm gonna run to the house, grab a bite to eat. My wife usually makes breakfast on Sunday morning. Probably have some homemade biscuits, a little sausage gravy and eggs, maybe. I don't know. But get done with that, swap out from the Tahoe here over to my Suburban, which has most of my tools and junk in it. The one I use for truck camping too. And we're gonna run over to my other daughter's house, and her well pump's been down since yesterday. I didn't find out about it until last night. Got some issues going on, so I'm gonna run over there and see if we can figure out what's going on with it. It's holding below 10 psi on the gauge. Said she couldn't see any leaks or anything, but it's an old house and kind of low to the ground. I haven't been under it before, but I know they've had issues before. So anyway, I'm gonna run over there and see if we can figure out what's going on with that. Maybe save her a little money on calling the well pump company to come out and look at it. Maybe I can figure it out and get it fixed for her. And of course, as usual, is always the case with me. I don't know with you guys. If it's the same thing with you guys, leave a comment and tell me. I don't know. That's what they're supposed to do on here, I guess. But anyway, yeah, you know, for me, I swear, every time I've got plumbing that needs to be repaired, it's always on a Sunday. And I guess for some people that maybe live, you know, if you live in a good sized town, you know, or city or whatever, you know, you probably have places that are open all the time. For me, our hardware stores are closed on Sunday. You know, we're still old country, small town. So, I mean, we do have a Home Depot. It's, you know, 30 minutes one way, and a Lowe's is another 30, 40 minutes the other way. And if it's important enough, you know, I'll go ahead and make the run and do that. I do keep some supplies on hand, because I also do a little restaurant maintenance and stuff around town too. So, but anyway, we'll see what we're getting into here. Maybe it's just a simple fix, I hope. Anyway, let's go get some breakfast. It's just, this is kind of day one, so to speak, I guess. Coming back on YouTube. Just gonna do a kind of a day in the life type vlog thing. Maybe every day, maybe, you know, mostly every day. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Every day is not exactly the most exciting for me, but I always end up having to do something. So anyway, hang with us. Let's go get some breakfast. See y'all in a little while. There we go. Got some homemade biscuits with sausage gravy and scrambled eggs on top, couple pieces of bacon. Yeah, buddy. Considering it's 35 degrees, 34 degrees out. Yeah, that'll hold me for a little while anyway. Fill up the old belly. All right, so we got over here. Looks like she took the damn cover off of it last night. She tries. Yeah, good Lord. She said that was, good Lord, there's all kind of damn stuff in here. She did say there was something wet over in here last night when she sent me those pictures. So, I don't know. Let's see if I can get the breaker flipped on and see what happens out here. Looks like our little points and stuff are fairly clean. They got a little carbon built up on them, but they're not too bad. So I don't know, let's turn the breaker on and see what happens here. I know she said the gauge was staying below 10%. Well, the video she sent me last night showed that, so let's turn it on, see if we got anything spraying in here first. All right, I'm gonna have her flip the breaker on here right quick and see what we end up with. She should turn on here in just a second, probably. See if we get soaking wet. All right, there we go. So it come on for like 30 pounds of pressure, but she said it cut back off after that. Let's see what happens right here. It's actually trying to build pressure up to the 40. Should go between 40 and 60 probably. All right, it's cutting off at 40, but it didn't build to the 60. It only made it to 40. And it's slowly dropping. Okay, but nothing's leaking in here, nothing's spraying water anywhere, so go from there. All right, so I actually had her cut that on and cut it off a few seconds so I could check. But now we're just gonna leave it on for a minute. There's water running in the house just fine. It looks like we're sitting at 50. We're holding at 50. Doesn't seem to be dropping. All the water's off in the house now. So, I don't know, we're gonna have to do a little diagnosing. I'm not gonna film every bit and piece of this. It's gonna end up being too long. Yeah, see if we can figure it out. I don't know. So, I've come around here to the back. She's only got a couple places that you can even look under the house. Now, again, this is an old house. This house is probably 60 years old, maybe 70 probably. But as you can see, that's all the space there is under there. And this old fat boy can't crawl. This old fat boy can't squeeze in there. I had to take a pretty skinny fella to get in there. But I'm not seeing anything. Any leaks. It's like I got a jack or something sitting there holding up that drain line, but her lines are mostly wrapped. There's some spaces that are not covered good. She could have just had some ice build up in an elbow or something maybe. I don't know. But anyway, I don't know. I'll have to staple this back up, play with it a little bit more, so we can figure out. It could have just been some ice build up in one of those elbows because the pipe covering's not, it's not on every spot. And again, all she has back here is just this, looks like there's like a 2x8, 2x10, maybe, piece of plastic to block the wind. She really needs to get that closed off. And the wind predominantly comes from this way too, so with it being as cold as it was, yeah. I don't know, we'll mess with it some more and see what we got. This thing should kick back on. It's already done it one time. It's kicking on at 40. Should right here in just a second. Should kick on right here in just a second. Boom. All right. So the switch is kicking at 40 like it should. It's gonna go up. It kicked off about 55 a minute ago. 56. It's like about 56. It's kicking back off, which they could have it set. Could have adjusted it down to that. But see, we're losing pressure again in a short amount of time. You can see the gauge falling again. All right, I see a drain line coming down from the toilet, and I can clearly see water trickling down it. So that's why the switch and pressure is dropping and kicking back on every 5 minutes. More than likely, the toilet is leaking the seal. Just a running toilet, basically what they call it. Yep. Okay, so with that water trickling through that pipe, as I found earlier, what's going on is this little float in here is not cutting off. It's letting the water overflow and keep running over top of that. So it's just constantly running. It's not shutting off. The float's not working. But what I also see, there's a lot of sand in here in the toilet. And this toilet was changed like a year ago. And all that sand tells me that being an old pump and an old well and a small well, it's not super deep. That water running all the time is probably run that thing low because it sucks sand up in here. So, as far as her not having water, that's probably the problem. It probably, we went into stage 2 drought yesterday here in North Georgia, so it has probably, with that water running all the time over in there, it's just making it pump too much water. It's made it drop enough that it's pulling sand. Now you can see the water flowing. If you look right there, you can see a little bit of the silt on the water. You can see it flowing in. It's still going in that pipe and draining. It's not actually cutting off. So that's probably our problem. Yep, that's the problem with old houses and old wells. That's probably an old hand dug well at that. So anyway, yep, that's it. All right, so pretty sure we got it figured out. I cut the cutoff to the toilet off so that water's not continuing to run. We just run enough water out in the sink to make this thing pressure back up. See where it kicks on right there. So they've got it set, looks like probably about 56, 58 maybe. I told her to turn that water on and then cut it back off in just a minute. So I don't know if she's cut the water off. It cut off at the pressure switch. At the limit, it cut off, but that doesn't mean that she had the water off in there. See, because now we're holding it. We're holding like 48 PSI, so more than likely she cut that water off just now. And so it should hold there, unless there's something somewhere else. She probably just shut that off. It was still running when the limit switch was tripped at the 58, whatever it is, PSI they've got it set at. She probably still had the water on. That's why it dropped immediately. But then she cut it off. So now, see, we're holding like right at 47 PSI. So it's not really dropping anymore. So that means there's no more water coming out anywhere. Oh. So, I don't know why I don't have the spot to flip that back around. So, now the pressure gauge is holding. So it ended up being just the float in the toilet. Was letting water go. So we cut the valve off to the toilet for now. When later on this evening, they could just turn it on to use it this evening, and then they can go ahead and swap out the piece inside the tank. Go ahead and go get the parts for those, or they don't cost very much, 15, 20 bucks, and get that fixed so that flow to work, and that'll probably take care of it. And again, because we're under drought, that's going to let her well recuperate again, this is a very old well. If you can see these old bricks. Somebody's kind of mortared that thing in. Now there is a well concrete sleeve put over top of it, but again, this house is really old. So, you know, chances are, that well's probably maybe 70, 80 feet deep. I'm not sure. I've never pulled it, so I don't know. But a lot of the old wells here in North Georgia are that way. There's a lot of rock in the ground up here in these mountains. So, but anyway, that's probably what the problem is. I think we got it diagnosed and figured out anyway. So we got that done for the day anyway. I don't know, we may get into something else here. Well, that's probably going to do it for today, I guess. We went and worked on that well and got that straightened out, I believe, and she's just going to get a part or two for that and probably get it fixed up. The door's trying to close on me here. My Suburban. My old hinges, that little catch on it finally gave it up, rusted. So it swings all the way open now. But anyway, yeah, we went and did that today. We just got back home, and the temperature hadn't got above about 35, 36 today, and it's been pretty windy too. So probably gonna call it a day today. Again, this is our my first video back into YouTube for this year, and like I said, I'm going to try to do. Like I said, I don't know if it'll be a daily vlog. I was kind of thinking on doing that. I don't know. Most of the people that this algorithm is going to hit for my content is probably not going to fall into these type of people, or the people that follow the type of content that he did. But I actually followed Adam the Woo, and I'm sure you've heard that he passed away. Very prominent, you know, he kind of laid the groundwork for a lot of people that do just daily vlog stuff, and I followed him, even though I probably don't strike you as that type. I am a old movie fanatic and a nostalgia geek, you know, from a kid. So I followed most of his videos for the past several years, and of course he passed away recently, and such a shock, you know, young man, and to just, you know, go all of a sudden. I'm about to drop my phone. Just to go all of a sudden like that, you know, it's kind of unexpected, but that's what life's about. Life's about the unexpected things. And so anyway, he kind of I don't know, in a weird kind of backwards way, I guess, I don't know, I follow several people like that, and I don't know, it kind of inspired me, I guess, to get off my ass and get back out here making some videos. I enjoy doing it. It's not always educational. I may not always be right in what I'm doing or how I do it, but I just figured I'd get back to doing this and maybe bring some folks along. I'm just a regular guy, regular Joe. Got a lot of experience in various different things, and maybe I can help somebody along the way do something, or maybe I can just entertain you, you know, for, you know, 15, 20 minutes. But anyway, gonna try to get back at it, doing some videos this year, and again, there's no telling what I'll get into, and I don't know if it's ever going to go anywhere because of the algorithm, the way it works. You know, they kind of want you to stay in a niche, and I've never been one for staying in a niche too much, and that hurts you. So, but anyway, I think we're going to call it a day today, and Sunday evening, I need to go pick up my daughter here in a minute from work and come home and settle down for some supper and chill, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. Until then, everybody please have a blessed day, and make the most of it. Try to take a moment to pause and reflect, connect with nature if you can, connect with your family if you can. Until the next video, see you next time. Peace.